All right, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whenever you're watching this video. We are back with another video with chapter 11, and today we're going to now take an even deeper dive into understanding volume. Okay, so uh, if you watched my last video and the lesson before, I kind of introduced the proper way of finding volume. Okay, so volume is how to find the total amount of a three-dimensional figure using length times width times height. So in fourth and third grade, you were familiar with perimeter and area, and that has a lot to do with, and that has everything to do with two-dimensional figures. Okay, so if you remember length, if you remember length, for example, we had a square, right? And it was 4, right? To find the area, we were going to be using length times height, which we understood would be 4 times 4, and it would give us a total area of 16 square feet. Now, since we're dealing with 3D, right, we're gonna have length, height, we're gonna have one, like I said in the last video, a third dimension, which would be width, okay? And it's the same thing as finding area, just with a third dimension. So you're gonna multiply a third number to the formula, okay? So see if I can make it skinnier so a little fat there, okay? So length times width times height. Okay, so we're gonna go over a couple of these 3D figures, and then you guys can get started on the classwork. Once again, I wanted to first of all apologize for a lot of you guys that were getting everything right in the last. You guys were putting cubic centimeters or uh, cubic cubic units. I'm sorry, and I just put the number. So for your assignment, just put the number. I don't want you guys to be writing so much. Just put the number, understand the concept, and then you guys can move on to your other subject. Okay, I want to. The reason why I do these on these Microsoft Forms is just so it can be a lot easier for you guys. I know this whole distance learning thing is very it gets a little challenging. I know we're getting used to it, but I want to make it as easy as possible for you guys to, most importantly, learn the concept and spend less time writing everything down. I just want you guys to understand the concept, put it to work on the forms, and then get moving. Obviously, if you have questions, always ask me. So let's get back to the lesson. So if you look at number 1 here, right? We're going to need to find the volume. So in the last video, I was telling you guys can count. So very simple. I know we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? We had a total of 12 cubes per layer, and we have 4 layers. So I could have done 12 by 4 to get my answer, right? But let's implement the formula. It's a lot easier. So I know that my length is 4. Multiplied by my width would be my side is 4. And then I know my height would be 3. So to get my answer is very simple. All I need to do is multiply. 4 times 4, 16, and then multiply by 3. 16 times 3. I know 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 1 is 3, plus that 1 is 4. So our total volume is 48 cubic, and then in this case it would be centimeters, right? But in the classwork, just type the number. Don't worry about writing cubic centimeters, cubic units, any of that stuff, okay? I want to make it as easy as possible for you, all right? So let's do another example. All right, let's look on how to identify volume. First and foremost, I have a question. What if, can I change the color on this? There it is. See if I can change the color to, right? What if there was no numbers next to it? Do you think you can still find the volume? Absolutely, right? Very simple. All you need to do is count. How would I be able to, okay, sorry, let me just have technical difficulties. How would I be able to find the volume of this? Very simple. Count the length. I have 1, 2, 3 in length. I have 1, 2 in width, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 in height. Follow my formula, length times width times height, length of 3 times the width of 2 times the height of 4, right? Then multiply left to right. 3 times 2 is 6. Drop down that 4. 6 times 4 is 24. And I am done. Okay? Very simple. All right? Let's move on to number 3. Okay, just so you guys can get a little grasp. All right. Once again, all right, it's giving me the units. If it doesn't have it, I can always count all the cues by length, width, and height. But here it's giving to me, so it's very easy. Okay, the length times width times height. I have my formula. Length of 6. I have a width of 2. And I have a height of 3. 6 times 2 is 12 times 3. 12 times 3 is, 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times 1 is 3. So it would be 36. And I'm done. Okay. Pretty easy. I hope no one would have a problem with this lesson, but obviously if you do, obviously you guys can always ask me questions or need help, okay? The most important thing is making sure that you're plugging in all the numbers correctly in the formula, and that you are, if there's no numbers, for example, there are no numbers, you are going to count the length and the width and the height correctly. Some of you guys might be asking, Mr. Martinez, what happens if I flip the numbers around? Okay, what if I put, for example, 3 as my length, 6 as my width, and 2 as my height? The beautiful part about multiplication is that no matter how you flip it around, you're still going to get the same answer, right? 3 times 6 is 18, times 2 is still going to give you that 36. So obviously, I would like you guys to understand what the length is, what the width is, and what the height is, but you can flip them. As long as you multiply them correctly, no matter in what order, you are going to get your answer. All right, let's do one more before I end this video, and then you guys can get started on your classwork. Okay. Length times width times height. My length is 5 inches. I know that my width is 4 inches, and my height would be 3 inches. I know 5 times 4 is 20. Bring down that 3. I know 3 times 2 is 6, and I bring down that 0. So it has a total volume of 60 cubic inches. Short and sweet. Most hardest part is understanding your multiplication facts, and I know you guys have that down packed. Once again, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to call me, message me. If you guys didn't do so well on the assignments, message me, hey, can I have a redo? And I'll be gladly to reassign it. Okay, guys, please check your grades. And I want you guys to make sure that you guys are knowing what you guys are getting. For example, if you didn't do so well, for example, if you got a C or a D on an assignment, you want to make it up, guys, feel free. Even if you got a B and you want me to redo and reassign it, I will reassign it. I'm here to help you. I'm here for you guys to achieve maximum success, even from distant learning. Okay, love you guys. Continue to wash your hands and listen to your parents. All right, peace.